Well, hi everyone, welcome back.
Welcome back, yeah.
We've had a busy week and we're a little bit behind schedule, so apologies. But we've been doing some grandchildren babysitting this week. That's kept us busy. And Bella's had us at the vets a couple of times, didn't she?
She has, yeah.
With her eye, which has just been a little bit problematic this week, but we think we're on it. Got more follow-ups with Bella next week, so we'll keep you posted, but she's doing okay. We had about 460 odd comments from people who wanted to enter the free prize draw, and that was to win a couple of nights at Poppyland, wasn't it?
Poppyland, yeah.
And can't believe the response that we've had. It's been fantastic. If you're not sure what we're talking about, here's a quick reminder of what we were giving away last week. Well, we have an amazing free prize draw for you this week because thanks to Billy and Pam, our friends at Poppyland Caravan Park in Norfolk, we're giving away a 2-night stay for 2 adults and up to 2 dogs with free electricity on a hard standing pitch in the heart of Norfolk. Very close to Cromer, Sheringham, well, and the rest of the Norfolk coast, and not far from the brilliant city of Norwich and, of course, the Norfolk Broads. So it's ideally situated for touring all of these places. But it's in the country, it's quiet, it's tranquil, it's adult only, and nearby there are 2 amazing pubs, the Gunton Arms with its fabulous restaurant, and if you like your food Spanish style, then just a 15-minute walk away is the Suffield Arms, and in there they do Spanish tapas like you wouldn't believe. But just across the road from there as well is the Gunton railway station, and you can catch the train into Cromer or onwards to Sheringham or into the city of Norwich. So, a fabulous prize you can win. Stay tuned and we'll tell you how.
So we'll do the prize draw to see who won the 2 nights at Poppylands a little bit further on in the video.
So, a busy week, but we have managed to get a few things done in the caravan that we wanted to do. Yeah. It's going to be a slow process. We did mention that when we do our big refit here, it's going to be March time before we get into the sort of new carpet and all the new seating and the benches and stuff. But Steve and Trish from the upholsterers have been round to see us with a few ideas, which we'll show you in a second. It was about this armrest piece, wasn't it, Helen? I said that when we lay down, I get a really bad sort of pain in the neck, and I don't mean Helen.
So do I.
When I'm laying down.
But it's not lying down.
Right, you might remember that I spoke about when we're lying down on these benches, and I've got nowhere to rest my head. We were looking for options here, and a number of you sent us some fantastic ideas, which we're still investigating. We also mentioned it to Trish and Steve, who are the upholsterers in Caister. And, actually, they saw the video themselves, and they said, we've got an idea. Helen had an idea too. I'll show you Helen's idea. So Helen's idea was, we'll do away with these altogether, to take them out.
They're hopeless, really. They don't do anything, do they?
Let's have a new bit of foam that's going to go more across like that, like an arm, but it'll go all the way there. Now, I know it's not much higher, but Helen's quite right. It is higher, and it gives you a bit more space here. And then you could still, just put a pillow behind or something. So that gives us a bit more of an option. We quite like that option. This is literally, as you can see, 2 bits of foam. Well, it's probably about 5 bits of foam on there. And what they've done is created this sort of step, so you can make a big cushion that goes more that way, and it does do the trick in terms of what I was trying to achieve. So it slots over onto the shelf. Yeah, that'll obviously be covered in the same material that we're going to have here. And when I've tried it out and laid on it, it actually does work. But we didn't want to lose a shelf, did we, Helen?
No.
So the plan was to go, and we need to let Trish and Steve know, because we've not told them yet. We want to go with this idea. So
I've bought slightly bigger pillows to go in front of that. That will obviously go to the end.
Yeah.
And it'll match with the
that'll go all the way across. And create more of an armrest, won't it? Okay, so we'll show you that obviously when we get to that stage and it's all done, but that's where we've got to. But we've gone with the armrest idea, haven't we? Your idea.
Yeah, I've had a look, sneaky look in everybody's vans when I've watched their videos, and that seems to work quite well. And I've bought a slightly bigger pillow to put in front of it, so that should actually help.
Yeah, we'll show you some of the colours and some of the pillows. I mean, whilst there's not a big noticeable difference in here, because it's upside down, let me tell you, you might not look it on camera, but it is an absolute wreck in here. The Amazon man has had a field day at our house this week. We're on first name terms now. You know, he's here every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, he's here all the time. Isn't he? Yeah.
So a lot of stuff has arrived. Helen's been busy ordering up, getting all the cushions, all the covers, bits of bunting that you want to replace, stuff like this.
Like I say, some of it was no good. Some of it had to go back. I had to swap some. But that's a good thing about Amazon. You can, can't you?
You can, yeah. So we've got on with all of that. But what we have done, where we have made a difference, is actually, come in, we spoke to you about the mirrors and how they'd blown. We were looking at replacing them. And then we had the idea of maybe trying to put something round the outside like a border. Helen found some stuff online, got it in and got it ordered. Get a look at this. A bit sparkly, isn't it? Bit bling. But all those little rough edges, those blown edges have gone. And looks much better now. And this stuff just sticks on, dead easy. Press it down, cut it to size. Job's a good one. Really pleased. So I'll go and do the washroom now. So I've just cleaning this mirror up. I've put some window cleaner on it. I think the bit that we're not going to be able to hide too easily is the bit that's blown at the bottom because it's so wide. I just don't think we can do too much about that. However, we will see what we can do. Right, that's nice and clean. Look, you can see where it's blown on the edges, can't you? Look, down there. But that's the worst bit, and I'm not sure about that. Right, well, here we have it. And, you know, I feel like I'm in some sort of celebrity's dressing room with all this glitter stuff going on. But it does look a bit blingy, but it looks nice. Helen likes it, I like it. So, big difference. And the bit that I spoke about is a problem. And I've just pointed this out to Helen. There's one blown bit that's sticking up above. And I thought, oh, what can we do? Helen came up with a genius idea. We'll order a roll of the thin stuff that we put on the small mirror. And we'll just put a thin roll across. Maybe match it up at the top. Maybe go all the way around. We'll see what it looks like. But overall, big difference, I'm sure you'll agree. Right, it's the next day, and Helen's plan was buy some more of these strips. We'll show you the bag they come in actually. You can buy a bag of these on Amazon. They come with 3 of the thick strips here and a reel of the thin stuff. Cheapest chips. Helen, how much are you paying for them?
They're $9.99 a packet.
So a tenner for a packet of this stuff.
I think they call them rhinestone.
So, remember over here we had this little bit left to try and cover up, and I think Helen's just held a little bit up here and it's going to cover it. So we're wondering, try a bit across the bottom and a bit across the top, and then we'll see whether or not it looks right. If it doesn't look right, we'll put it down the side as well. So it's just really peels off, just like double-sided tape or something. Get the first piece in flush against the side and push it in. It's a bit like offering a bit of wallpaper up. It's pretty cold this morning and I'm noticing a bit of condensation on the mirror, so I do hope that doesn't create any problems with the stickiness. But that's covered that up. Can you see how? That's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah. So well done on that. That's definitely working. Around the back of the tap. That backing off. So easy to fit and quick.
There is condensation, I can see it.
Yeah. Well, it's sticking, so that's good. It's so cold out. Oh, we've got some heating on as well, so we're going kind of in that transition between cold and warming up. Right, scissors, because you just cut them with scissors, which is great. Just find my mark. The good thing is to work with it, you can peel it back to do what you need to do. So I'm just finding my line there. Yeah. There. There we go. Let's cut it. And that stuck it. And just a bit of pressure just to push that down. Obviously there's a line there, but that doesn't look out of place in my opinion. Okay, so I'll just put a bit across the top to match that up, and then we'll come back. Okay, there we have it. So we've got an extra little line in across the bottom, and that's covered that ugly piece up, which was just here somewhere, wasn't it? So that's nice and neat across the bottom. And then just to match it up, put an extra piece in at the top as well. So the top and the bottom, a little thicker than the sides, but to be honest with you, it doesn't look out of place. So that's that done. That'll do for now. It's certainly a cheaper option than buying 2 new mirrors.
So this was another option I got in. So I've got 2 for the mirrors, and this is the same kind of thing. It comes on the roll, but we tended to prefer this one, didn't we?
Well, not just that. I think the one that we've got on was easier to work with, because this, you can't cut through the mirror tile. So you can only cut where the lines are. So you'd be either overlapping or under egging it. It does look nice, but we think this is better, don't we?
I think that's better.
Easier to work with as well.
Well, I think that worked quite well.
Yeah, I do. I think I'm really pleased with that.
We did have the 2 options, which I showed you. And I actually liked the first option better. So did you, didn't you?
Yeah, I think that looks really good. I mean, it costs nothing. What was it, about £9?
£9.99 for 3 wide ones and 1 thin one. But it's certainly a lot cheaper than, you know, trying to get it off in new mirrors, especially the big one in the toilet.
You can find all sorts of stuff on Amazon, and what we're going to do throughout this sort of revamp, we're going to set up a new area on our Amazon page of all the stuff that we've bought for the revamp. So as time goes on, I'll start adding all those little bits in. So if you're interested in any of the stuff that you see, go onto our Amazon page. There is a link in the comments below. You'll pay the same price that we've paid and everyone else pays on Amazon. It's just that they give us, I think, about 5%, which all goes towards helping make the videos and stuff. So
we'd like to say a big thanks to Fran and Victor for sending us an idea for the lamps for the front.
Brilliant idea, wasn't it? Loved it.
Yeah. I mean, the other lamps, the touch lamps, were good. And we liked the light they gave because it was a glow. But the wires were a bit messy, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
So these are battery operated, and they give like a nightlight glow at the front. And we have actually bought a couple of other ones to go sort of mid and in the bedroom as well to boost it up.
Yeah.
But I think they look really nice, do you?
Yeah, thank you, Fran and Victor. They sent us a picture of the lanterns that they have, which we did like, but we thought we'd choose something a little different.
Just for the colour scheme.
And here they are. We'll just sort of, you might be able to see this one here, but we'll just give you a close-up of these. And we like them, don't we?
Yeah.
On their own, they ain't going to be bright enough to light the caravan up at night, but they will give a lovely glow.
I've got another idea. It's coming today from Amazon. I have all these ideas.
We had 8 deliveries yesterday. 8 items come yesterday. It was bonkers.
And also, you've just finished decorating the house, haven't you? Wallpapering as well. So.
I'll tell you, this is what I mean about being busy, because I've actually done a bit of wallpapering in 3 rooms, just feature walls.
Just feature walls.
And trying to get on with this stuff as well. I'm very pleased with the elctrics that I've done.
I don't know if I am yet. We'll wait to see when he uses them.
I know I'm not a qualified electrician, but I've done electrics and electronics all my life. That's what being a DJ does. You have to be able to work out how to do stuff. And all I've done in the end, we spoke about putting wireless chargers in, didn't we? Then we moved that along to having a USB socket in the spare socket that was on the front panel here. And then Helen said, well, why don't you just put another 13 amp socket in?
Yeah.
So I want to get these drawers out because they're in the way of this, which has to come off as well, in order to put in a couple of extra sockets that I've got. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is just get the cushions all out of the way. So I'll do that now. So in case you find yourself having to do this job or wanting to take these drawers out, it looks to me like just need to remove these front cushions, which I've done, and then there's 2 screws here and there, same on the other side, and I've got a feeling I undo those and that might just lift out. Fingers crossed that's what happens. Here we go. screw number 1. Screw number 2. Now, I've got stuff in the drawers, I've not even been bothered to empty them. So let's just see if that gives us, I think it's done it. Yes, it has. Okay, so what we've actually got is there's 2 screws on this side and there's 3 around the back. And you just want to be careful with this. It's plastic, it's quite brittle, and I would imagine if you were to damage it, you'd be struggling to replace it easily anyway. But anyway, it lifts up and over like this, and then as you can see, the good thing about this, I've got the power off at the moment, but what I can do now is I can unclip these leads here, because this is how it's all connected up, and here how it's connected up. I can unclip these, take this away, and I can go and work in the garage or inside and do my wiring there. So that's good. Now you can buy these already wired with the clips on, etc., ready to go on, I believe. I haven't seen them, but I should imagine they're pretty expensive. But I'm going to have to remove the back here and decide how I want to connect up. There's plenty of loose cable, but I have got some of this cable, same core, 3 core, and the same grade as well. So I've just got to decide how I'm going to do it. I've got some cable connectors. I do like this methodology, it's good, but I don't think I'll be able to replicate that. But what I will do is I'll be able to make sure it's well insulated and it's safe, and that's the main thing. So I'll be looking to take these backs off and just literally get a spur from here to the next one. Right, job done. It's fiddly, I will admit it's fiddly. I'd hoped to leave this insulation between the two. Didn't need to, but it was just making it all very, very tight, couldn't move anything. Right, 2 plugs wired in. Just going to take these back into the Caravan now, connect these 2 sockets up here, and give it a test. New power points are in, all wired up and working perfectly. Decided to go down this route, much easier than USB because we can just plug the chargers in. And what we've done, we have brought some really short cables for charging, so we haven't got, again, wires lying around everywhere when we are actually using these. So that's good. Yeah. And if you want to charge something up, just plug your charger in.
I'll tell you what, now we've got rid of the lamp plugs, you know, which we were always having to unplug and put something else in. But these new lamps I've got coming have actually got a USB charging point in them.
They have, yeah.
So, you know, we've got
chargers all over the Caravan, haven't we?
I did ask the electrician to shorten the lead on these lamps so we don't have the leads everywhere.
Yeah.
And you can charge your phone and things on that, so that might be a good idea.
Yeah. So I think these are going to give a nice glow, and the great thing is, like, no cables, battery operated. We've got something similar actually in the house which hangs over our breakfast bar, and the batteries last for ages. So, you know, we'll see how we go with those. But how much were they? Can you remember? About 20 quid, 16,
we'll put the price
16
on
20
the
quid,
screen.
something like that.
There's a few different shapes and sizes and things of them.
Yeah. They'll be in the Amazon store, won't they? Yeah. So you can check them out there.
The good thing I like that we've cracked this week, and it took us a couple of weeks to do it, is we've found some people in Birmingham actually to make the curtains.
Caroline's Curtains.
Yeah, Caroline's Curtains, and great service. And she's got loads of material, and seemingly they buy discontinued lines from Caravan places, so you might even get some curtains in there that you've already got or you want to replace. There's so much choice in there, and I have found some, and she can actually make them, and we're getting them next week.
Well, what's really interesting is, can you remember, I think we said in the last video that we contacted someone locally who can make curtains for us.
We won't say who it is, but
no, I won't say who it is, but the quote that we got, I mean, we've got 2 small curtains this size, 2 small, obviously opposite, and then 4 we've got 4 curtains all together
the same
here.
size.
Now, just to make the curtains, not the material, but just to make the curtains for these 2 windows.
And then 4?
No, just for these 2 was about £195.
Oh, I don't know. I just know it was £4.90 for everything.
So almost £500 just to make the curtains.
And I had to get the material.
And then go and buy the material and supply it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And then we found Caroline's, or rather I did. I found Caroline's Curtains online. But you get more credit than I do, and I don't like it.
Don't care.
So I found Caroline's curtains.
Get over it.
They're in Birmingham, right? And what about this? You can order online. There's so much material to choose from. And as Helen says, what Rachel does, Rachel's mum. Rachel now runs a business.
Rachel's the daughter, I think.
She runs a business now.
Yeah.
I think Caroline's retired. And they buy in the discontinued material for all the caravans that have been made in the previous years. So obviously when you want to replace, they've still got the sort of original materials in a lot of cases. But there's so much choice, isn't there?
There is. There's a similar curtain to this, what we've already got.
Yeah.
In actual fact.
And it took us a little while to decide, but we thought we wanted to go more down the grey route, because remember, this is going to be grey and black over here. And so Helen's found some which are like are they like a branch or a leaf or something, aren't they?
They're like big black tulips, aren't they, on a grey material?
Yeah.
Or grey tulips on a dark grey material.
Yeah.
Something like
I've got a picture. I'll put a picture up
Yeah.
now. So one part of it is a dark grey,
Yeah.
another part's lighter grey. Now it depends how the light catches it, so it might even look a bluey grey, but it doesn't matter. It's going to go
I
perfect.
think the other one was blue. She's got 2 lots of it.
But you order up, right? Which we did. You can do it online. You can do it on an email, or you can just phone up, which I did, and we just had a couple of quick
Very
phone
helpful,
calls.
isn't she?
And she
Yeah.
said they'll be with you next week. And
Yeah.
guess what? £176. £175.
Yeah.
And
That's
we would
crazy,
have ended
isn't
up paying
it?
about
Crazy.
600 or 700 if we'd gone down the route we
I
were
mean,
going to
I
go
said
down.
to David, you could even afford at that price to get some, a change, but it didn't go down very well.
What change your curtains for? Once you've got a set of curtains, I mean, you don't close them. This is the thing about these curtains. We don't ever close the curtains. So it's blinds only. But they're going to look nice and we think they'll go. So
Yeah.
I'll-
If you look at the bit over the kitchen window, it'll go quite nicely with that.
what bit over the kitchen window? Oh, you mean the backing?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So, yeah. I think it'll go well.
Yeah.
So all the information about Caroline's curtains is on the screen for you,
Yeah.
so you can have a little look at
It
that.
was a heck of a find, it really was.
And just going back to Trish and Steve, they are busy. They are busy, but they're also very good. And we think, in terms of the work we're getting done, getting a very fair price, aren't we?
Yeah.
So, and I know a couple of our subscribers have used them because they told us about them in the first place.
Yeah, somebody drove 100 miles to come here and have them done.
Yeah. They
So
did.
how lucky are we to live in the same village?
Very lucky. So all their details are on the screen now, but obviously you want to see the end result when it comes, and that'll be in March.
Yeah.
So the carpet and the benches, March. We're going away shortly, and this place, if I was to turn the camera, which I'm too embarrassed to do, it is like a bomb's gone off in here.
Well, it's not really.
It is. It's upside down. It's
It's
terrible.
winterised. All the covers are away and
But
stuff.
we need to start getting it ready to go out.
We'll have to go away in February with the old Caravan interior. And then the next one after that, we might have the new.
Exactly.
It just got to take time. And I've got some other things coming as well.
So,
It's not easy just to change everything. It takes time, doesn't it?
well, Helen's replaced all these little bits, all the little ornaments that you used to put out. You've had a change on.
Yeah, I didn't want them anymore. I wanted new.
You want to change the clock over there because it actually
Yes.
hasn't worked for 2 years, has it?
No, we got that from Wells next to sea, where my dad used to come from. Well, he did come from, my gran. And we bought it from a little shop, which is now gone. And we took it back because it broke. And this one, we got this new one, and that broke.
Okay, folks, without further ado, come on, let's do the free prize draw because we know that's what you're all waiting for. Okay, so as you can see, we've had a tremendous response to this one this time. We've actually got a total of 429 qualifying entries going into the draw. So we're going to put 429 entries into the draw now. We'll hit the draw button and we'll find out who the lucky winner is. And it's number 374. I counted down, and 374 is Paul and Jane Johnson. Congratulations, you have won the prize. 2-night stay at the amazing Poppylands in North Norfolk. So what I need you to do now, you two, is drop us an email to caravantastic@hotmail.com. Caravantastic@hotmail.com. Need obviously your name, address, email address we'll get anyway, and a phone number, a best contact number to get you on. And what we'll do, we'll respond to your email with a code that you have to use so that when you contact Billy or Pam at Poppyland, you can just say you're the winner of the Caravantastic 2-night stay competition. And here is the code that you've been given to pass on. And a massive thank you to Pam and Billy at Poppyland for providing such a wonderful prize. Thank you guys. We'll see you soon. So remember I said in the last video I've bought this replacement cover because I was just a bit, I know it's a little bit anal, but the silver sort of was coming off this. Now a few of you had said the thing to do is just take that off, Dave, and spray it. Yeah, well, I'm not, that probably is a good idea, but I'm not that neat, and I reckon when I took that off and started spraying it, I'd get spray everywhere but where I wanted it, because I'm just not very good. However, I have to admit that this part, and it's an official part, it's made of plastic, and it was £21, and it's ludicrous, and that's where it's going to go. So that just clips on. I'll show you what I mean. So just on the back, can you see top and bottom, there's just a couple of lugs that stick out on the frame, same on the bottom, and it literally just offer it up at the top and then push it down at the bottom and that clicks in. Now, a few people did say to me in the last video, you don't need to pay £21 to replace that, you could just take it off and spray it. And I have to say, they are right. Oh, I had another idea, Helen, as well. Can you remember when, this is for the outside, when we were down at Downtide looking at the Adria Caravans, and they've got these great big lockers on the front. Now, admittedly, their lockers are much bigger than ours.
They are, yeah.
But how good was having all those little boxes to keep stuff in and nice and tidy?
It was good, but I suppose we'd have to watch the weight, wouldn't we?
Well, the weight, the boxes don't weigh anything. It's more about keeping it tidy. And I just wondered whether we could do something similar in our lockers. I'll have to have a little measure up. So
yeah,
something I'm going to look at, I'll just put a little reminder on the screen now, but I'm going to have a little look at, can we introduce some storage boxes in this way just to keep the front locker a lot tidier, because it's a disgrace at the moment. I'm embarrassed by it.
That would help, yeah.
Yeah. Right, I think that's it for now. So like we always say, if you have been, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. When we asked you last week to hit subscribe, by the way, so many of you did, and we're very thankful. We had a lot of subscribers last week. But if you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, now's your chance. Please do it. It costs you nothing. It really helps support our channel, doesn't it?
It does, and I think we're only looking for 20 to get to our 13,000.
Yeah, we need 20 subscribers, and we're on 13,000, which I can't believe, if I'm honest, we'd ever get anything like that. So we're really delighted with that.
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell. We'll catch you in the next video coming your way very soon.
See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.